Welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre. Doing it here from Dallas, Texas. Getting ready for the Cowboys game tomorrow against the Philadelphia Eagles. And I had some of these little bottles that were sent to me by Lost Lore to do a review. But of course, I don't normally do reviews from little bottles. But they sent these, and so they actually packed really nicely in the suitcase. So I thought it'd be good maybe just to do a review of these while I drink them here in my hotel room in Dallas, Fort Worth. So as you know, this Lost Lore tequila comes from NOM 1414, which is the Vivanco and Associates. I love the distillery. I know everybody there really well. Something a little different with this in that the master distiller is not Sergio Cruz, but instead is listed as Jose Vivanco. So they used a different master distiller for it, which is perfectly fine. And I did the review on the Blanco already, so there's already some production notes. But just to give you a quick summary on it, they use estate-grown agave that are coming right from the Vivanco's rancho, and then they cook the agaves using brick hornos. After the agaves are cooked, it then is squeeze the sugars out of the agave fibers using a roller mill. After that is then fermented in stainless steel tanks while Mozart music is playing, because they believe that really activates the yeast and causes of better fermentation results. After it is done fermenting in stainless steel tanks, it's then twice distilled using copper pot stills. And then this is bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. The Repo I have here in Anejo, of course, they age in used Jack Daniels barrels. I'm not sure the term of how long exactly that these were aged, but Repo can't be longer than 11 months, and it's has to be more than 2 months. And for Anejo, it has to be at least a year up to 3 years. So it's going to fall within those lines somewhere. So let's take a look at the Repo first. So this is the one that Reposado, of course, means rested. So these were rested in barrels for less than a year, but more than 2 months. So these bottles are little bottles are kind of cool, but I normally require a 750 milliliter bottle for review, so I don't get people putting stuff in the bottles that may not be completely on par with what they're selling people. So looking at this in the glass, it coats the glass beautifully. You can see the legs starting to form on the glass and breaking down, legs and tears. So it looks really good. It's going to have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it, which is good. And then looking at the tequila itself, it is crystal clear. Has a slight tan, light golden color to it, which looks nice. All right, let's see what we get on the nose on this. Interesting. It definitely has sweet cinnamon and cooked agave note to it. You know what it smells like? It's got an interesting smell. It's definitely some vanilla and caramel notes in it. But you know what's really interesting about this is the nose on it reminds me of Play-Doh. If you've ever smelled Play-Doh, I'm not kidding. It smells like Play-Doh. Hold on. Yeah, it smells like Play-Doh. It has a Play-Doh smell to it, which is weird. It's not bad. It smells good. I've always liked the smell of Play-Doh. But it smells like Play-Doh. It's got a weird nose to it that way. All right, let's see what we get on the taste. Nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Definitely some cooked agave. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of caramel notes coming in. But there's not a whole lot to it. It's really easy to drink. Really easy to, but there's not a whole lot of flavor. I'd love to see more flavor coming through. It's kind of on the bland side personally, but it's not offensive at all. I think people that don't like flavor-rich tequilas would really enjoy this. Somebody that's looking for something easy to sip or maybe do shots with would enjoy this. For me, I like to look for a little more flavor. A pop of flavor really gives me an experience. This is kind of lacking, so it's not something that I probably would buy and keep on the shelf. But I'd give it 3 agave. It's not horrible. It's enjoyable, and I think people that don't like a whole lot of flavor and don't want everything to be super rich, something they can drink a lot of, and not worry about blowing out their palate, this would fit them as a nice reposado. For me, it's a little on the bland side. All right, so on to the Anejo now. That Repo was kind of interesting with the Play-Doh kind of nose to it. But let's look at this in the glass. Looking at it in the glass, it coats the glass nicely. You can see the legs and tears coming down the glass. It's going to have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it, which is good. Looking at the tequila itself, it is a golden brown color. Let's see if we can get it more into the light here. Golden brown in color, crystal clear, looks good. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose now on this. Yep, it definitely has more of that Play-Doh-ish kind of nose to it. A little hint of vanilla, a little hint of cream soda. A little bit of chocolate, a little bit of minerality to it. It smells interesting. It's got an interesting nose to it. It's nothing really bad, especially if you like the smell of Play-Doh, which I don't mind the smell of Play-Doh. But it just reminds me of Play-Doh, which is kind of weird because I've never had a tequila before that had a smell that reminded me of Play-Doh. So, all right, let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Coats the mouth nice. A little bit of good cooked agave up front. A little bit of vanilla, hint of caramel. Very weak. This is kind of bland on the flavor again. This is good for those entry-level people that don't want a whole lot of flavor. It's very easy to drink. Very easy to sip. But for me, there's just not a whole lot of flavor to it, which is great for people that want to do shots, people that want to drink a lot, like during football or something, where it won't blow out your palate with a lot of flavor. But I prefer a lot of flavor in my tequila personally, so this doesn't really fit the bill for something that I would drink. But it's very approachable, and I think novice tequila drinkers would really like this a lot. It's a little too bland for me personally, but it's not horrible. It's not bad. It's just I just would like to see more flavor, either coming from the cooked agave or from a barrel presence, or maybe a little bit from each in this. It's still very bland, but very approachable. So it's not bad. It's not horrible or anything. I think mainstream people would really love this, but it's not really great for a connoisseur that's looking for a lot of flavor and knows what to expect from a very flavorful tequila. Well, there you go. It's my review for the Lost Lore, Repo, and Anejo. I give the Anejo 3 agave too. It's not something I would buy and keep on my shelf just because it's just really lacking in flavor for me. But 3 agave across the board for the brand, for the Repo and Anejo. I think the Blanco is probably my favorite from the line. There you go. If you like this review, make sure you give me a thumbs up for the information I shared with you today. If you're new to the channel, bienvenido, welcome, and hopefully we'll have you come and watch more videos and comment on it, participate as part of the Tequila Hombre community. So make sure you click that subscribe button right there, and then the notification bell next to it right there. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So if you wanted to pick up Lost Lore, it's not bad. It just may leave you wanting more. And until next time, salute. Bye, guys.